Good afternoon, this is Glenn.
I'm Rich.
And we're back again, and we've discussed a lot about rehabbing, and one more important point we got to cover with you, and that's how to get started.
Sure.
You're interested, right? You're all interested in making money? Briefly put, if you want to get started in rehabbing, there's one built-in problem. The properties that you need to rehab obviously aren't livable, so you cannot go to your local banker and say, I want to get a mortgage to buy this property to fix it to make money. They will not lend it to you, right?
That's right. No, it's not a condition of being. They're not going to lend on a property that's not fixed. It needs to be in living condition in order for them to give you a mortgage. That's
right.
A problem right now.
Exactly.
Right.
So that option to get started is out the window. So that means the average person has to have all cash, and the problem being, very few people have 100, 200 grand laying around in their pocket.
I don't.
You got some in there?
No.
No? Well, okay.
I don't.
So, if a person can't get a mortgage to buy it, and they don't have all cash to put down, let alone the money to rehab it, they're kind of stuck, because to simply put, conventional wisdom being, no seller of any property is going to let you start hacking away at it unless you pay them in full first, right?
Except for us.
Exactly. That's where we fit in. Because through our program, with our properties, a person can obtain one with a down payment as small as $5,000.
That's correct, Johnny.
Simply put. Once you get the property, you fix it.
Right.
When you fixed it, two magical things occur. One, as we talked about, a lot more.
A lot more money.
And the second point is, it's now livable.
Okay. So they can get a mortgage.
Exactly. Problem solved, right? And what have we done? We've opened the door for rehabbing to the average individual.
Right. The people that think they couldn't do it from the beginning now have an option to do this. They can even get money.
I mean, yeah.
Jeez.
Now the things we talked about before, making 100% return on your investment, the possibility of making in 3 or 4 months as much as you do in a year is possible for you now through our program.
What do I sign? You give me a contract.
Wait, we don't have the encyclopedia here.
I want to do this now.
But speaking of contracts, people who do want to get involved, we're a very transparent company. We want all transactions to be transparent, everything above board. And if you're going to get involved or consider doing us, you should be aware of what we call the points of our program, right?
This is true. They're simple, and there's basically 5 points of this program. The first being, little money is required. Well, actually as little as $5,000. $5,000 is required. I mean, you know, there's that old adage, it takes a little money to make money.
Right.
Some people are afraid of that, but again, it's not much, and if you got that, we're not going to have to worry about you having the means to fix this building, wouldn't you say?
Right. It's when you don't have the 5,000 that we didn't scratch our heads with. You don't even have 5. How are you going to start fixing it?
Right, how are you going to fix it?
But there are ways around that, you know,
right,
that we've talked about before.
Right.
Partner setups and whatnot, because half a pie is better than none, right?
This is true. This is true all day. I know my wife gives me a little piece of pie every night, and I got to be happy with it, so I know. The second point, 3 months in which to do the work. 3 months. It's more than enough time, considering most contractors get these things done in about a month, month and a half. So 30 to 45 days is the average. 90 days is more than enough time to get it done.
Plenty of time, exactly.
Okay. We charge you 1% interest. The bank passes it, you know, they charge us 1%, we pass that on to you. Example, if you buy a building from us for $20,000, you're going to put down 5 that we mentioned earlier, leaving a balance of 15. 1% of 15,000 is $150 a month. You pay that. You're the one making all the money in the end, you pay the 1% interest. Okay? We ask that you get insurance. It's a no-brainer. God forbid something happens while you're working, they're covered, we're covered.
Exactly.
Okay, goes without being said. And the last most important thing is, Glenn?
As is. So you're buying the property as is, which to us means 2 simple things. One, all the costs associated with the deal are yours. Any closing costs, title charges, and so on. You're going to make the big bucks. You pay the closing costs.
And it's not a lot.
And the second thing is, unlike the regular real estate deal where the seller normally guarantees that the roof is good, the appliances work, and so on, we don't guarantee a thing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. You're going to fix it. That's how you're going to make your money. That's the program. Those things you'll find in the contract, those you should be aware of. Those, if you're going to consider doing this, will be what you want to keep in the back of your mind. And if they want to go from there, the next step is sitting down with us. Come and visit. Before we do any deal with any individual, we want to find out a little bit about you, right?
That's right. That's simple. You call, you come on in. We just want to find out where, really, I think we more like to find out exactly where you're at as far as what your thoughts may be about making money. Maybe you're not sure how to do this. That's why we want to sit with you at this table. As a matter of fact, we're going to sit down and we're going to find out what your wants and needs are, what your desires are. What are you trying to do? What can we do to help you? Okay? Again, we're not trying to sell you the book and the tape and the DVD. We're not doing that. Okay? Anything we give you is free. It costs you no money at all. All we're asking for is a little time. Come on in, set up the interview. I mean, just the little sit down rather, and we'll discuss making you money.
Right. And when we sit down with you, we're going to ask you some of the questions we talked about before. We want to qualify individuals, not to necessarily eliminate them, but to find out where they can start and what they need to accomplish it, right?
Right.
We're going to want to know how much money they're working with.
Sure.
We're going to want an idea of their credit if they're, one of their exit strategies is to keep the property, right?
Right, sure.
Because the last thing we want to do is put people in a position to fail.
This is right. Yeah.
It goes against our philosophy.
Yeah, some people say, you know, why ask all these questions? Why do you want to know what I have? Again, and it goes right back to that. I'd rather find out what you have so that we can stop you before you get started if you don't have the means to complete it, which is very important because once you put that money into the building, you can't get it out. So it's important to know exactly what you're working with so we can tell you this will work for you, this won't work for you. It's very cut and dry. We're just trying to help you make money again.
Plain and simple.
That's all.
Because we're not going to put you in a property that you cannot complete. You've got to have the exit strategies. You developed all this equity, all this potential profit, and you lie to us that you can't get a mortgage. I mean, that's not our style. It's not our bag. The program itself from there is very, very easy. Once we have an idea of what you can accomplish, your next step is to go out and take a look at the properties.
Right. Yeah, we've got a list for them to go out there. They can go to our site, which is www.startrehab.com, and just get an idea. Click on property listings, and it'll show you all the property. And as a matter of fact, if they click on the link, I think it'll even give them a map.
Yes,
a view of the map, so that if they're not familiar with what's east, west, north, or south of it, they'll get a good idea of where it is. They can print that and go to any of the locations that we have there.
It makes it a lot easier than running it all over town.
That's what we do. We try to help them.
Exactly. And once you've got that list of properties, the ones you think you might like, your first job is to drive by them. You drive by the properties, you look at the outside, look at the neighborhood. If you like what you see, you call us on your cell phone and you'll get instant access. Instant access, you can crawl through the property inside and out, up and down, so you can see exactly what needs to be done for yourself. Then you can make an intelligent decision on the property, right?
This is true. And it's very simple to get in touch with us. You can call us at 773-47-REHAB, or you can come and visit us, actually. 6325 North Avondale in Chicago. We're in Suite C2 in the Avondale Business Center. You can ask for Glenn or myself, Rich. And any of our staff would be willing to help you. We're looking forward to meeting you. Thank you for taking the time to listen.
We've got a lot of salespeople that always are interested in talking about real estate.
How often?
Always. All the time. We'll sit and talk to you for 2 or 3 hours, won't we?
If you speak Spanish and you understood what we were saying, come and see Mondo. Mondo will even help you.
Exactly.
We got people here to help you, but we want to thank you guys for coming. It's very important that you contact us because we can really make you money now.
StartRehab.com. Thank you.
Bye.